I was heartbroken, but I couldn't deny a dying woman's last wish, could I? That night she told me that her ex Joe had agreed for old time's sake. I was just taking a shower. She said, "I don't know what you're selling, but we're not interested." "Insurance," I said. Then I told her about Joe and Janelle. I played her a recording. Sit back and listen to this extremely interesting story. My wife, Janelle, had terminal brain cancer, about 3 months to live, and only a few weeks to live normally. One day at breakfast, she surprised me. She asked for a gym pass, to see her ex one more time before she went. So I would be a jerk if I said yes, and selfish if I said no. I was heartbroken, but I couldn't deny a dying woman's last wish, could I? Besides, I thought, what would be the end result? Either it would be a disappointment for her, and maybe she would finally appreciate me, or I would start to mentally move away from her a little earlier. I told her that she could take her season ticket back. Of course, I thought that if she really loved me, she wouldn't ask me to do that, but I could see that she felt, of course, in a sense, entitled to do what she wanted. Soon she left. She knew that after that I would have others. But I still felt shitty that I had been set up, and shitty that I was jealous of her fulfilling a wish that, from a certain point of view, cost me literally nothing. That night she told me that her ex, Joe, had agreed for old time's sake. One night, sitting alone, I drank 3 whiskeys and it hit me. There was a way I could feel better about this. If Joe was a manly guy, he would have said no. He's married and he knows she is too. I might not be able to get back at her, but Joe was fair game. I started making plans. Joe must have some kind of magic object or something, at least in her memory. After it's over, Janelle might come to me to beg for forgiveness, or maybe not. Either way, Joe doesn't respect me. All I have to do to get even is to ruin the relationship between him and his girlfriend. Janelle doesn't even have to know. I bet Joe won't get permission from Mrs. Joe to have one last meeting with Janelle. So either I find a way to meet Mrs. Joe, or I tell her what happened and let her make sure he pays. Maybe she'll even let me stay at her house. Either way, Joe would get what he deserved. That was fine with me. I had known about Joe for years, including where he worked and where he lived. Janelle did not know that I knew. She had backed up old computer files that contained travel reservations from when they were together. I dug through them just to satisfy my curiosity about which guy was supposedly better than me. From what I found, I was sure he wasn't a threat. I was wrong. While Joe was at work, I went to his house. I thought that if his wife was home, I could talk to her. If she wasn't, I could wait until she got home. There was a Home Depot truck on the driveway. I thought they were delivering appliances or something like that. I decided to wait. An hour later, a guy came out and the truck drove away. I got out, went over and knocked. Imagine my surprise when a pretty Mrs. Joe in a bathrobe appeared on the doorstep. I was just taking a shower. She said, "I don't know what you're selling, but we're not interested." "It's about your husband," I said. "He's in a meeting with my wife right now." Stunned, she let me in. As soon as the door closed behind me, I could smell the tension. There was something in her hair. It looked like it could have been sour cream or milk. I almost felt sorry for Joe, almost. As she stood there stunned, I took a picture of her, then went to their bedroom where I took a picture of the soiled sheets before she caught up to me and asked, "What the hell? Insurance," I said. Then I told her about Joe and Janelle. I played her a recording I had silently made on my phone of Janelle, confirming to me that today was the day. She called his office and found out that he was not there. "Divorce him now, and you'll be the offended party. He shouldn't see this." I told her, picking up the phone, "But if you don't divorce, I'll send them and he'll know. It's your choice." She chose divorce. Janelle died 6 weeks later. She apologized to me, but not for hurting me when she was dating Joe. After the funeral, I sent him photos. Payback is always unpleasant. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.